Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Application Process. Hello, welcome to yet another episode on Canada Migrates. In today's episode, I will be teaching you everything you need to know as regards the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot, RNIP, and the various provinces and communities enlisted for this program. You will also learn the eligibility requirements for the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program. So, if you are planning to relocate to Canada using the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program, this video is for you. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you have not yet subscribed, this is the best time to subscribe. Kindly click on the like and subscribe button below to subscribe to my channel, and the notification icon to get notified whenever I publish a new video. The Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot, RNIP, is an immigration program or community-driven program, initiated by the Canadian government in 2019, to bridge the gap between the urban and the rural population and to bring to the awareness of immigrants or foreign workers, about the economic benefit of migrating to smaller communities. It is also aimed at solving the problem of the lack of labor force in rural communities in Canada. Statistical data indicates that 99% of immigrants prefer to live in major cities like Montreal, Vancouver, and Toronto. Therefore, as a means to bridge the gap between the rural and urban population, and enable smaller communities to attract immigrants, the Canadian government introduced the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot, RNIP. The Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot, RNIP, is built on the success of the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program. Perhaps, these questions may be going through your mind: which of the provinces or communities are eligible for the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot, and what are the eligibility requirements? Before I proceed, have you subscribed to my channel? If not, kindly click on the subscribe button and notification icon below. Currently, 10 communities have been enlisted from 5 provinces for the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program. One of the requirements a community must meet before it is enlisted is, such a community must have a population of inhabitants lesser than 50,000 and locate 75 kilometers away from census metropolitan cities. It, therefore, means that, if you are applying for the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program, you have made up your mind to live 75 kilometers away from a census metropolitan city and live in a community with a population of fewer than 50,000 persons. The following are the currently enlisted 10 communities within 5 provinces of the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot, RNIP, program. They are enlisted under the Manitoba province are the Brandon and the Altona, or Rhineland communities. Under the Alberta province is Claresholm, which is 125 kilometers away from the city of Calgary and 91 kilometers away from the city of Lethbridge. Saskatchewan province has the Moose Jaw community enlisted under her, while the province of Ontario has the North Bay, Sudbury, Timmins, Sault Ste. Marie and Thunder Bay communities. If you desire to live in communities under the British Columbia province, West Kootenay and Vernon are communities enlisted under her province. Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Application Process. The beauty of this stream of immigration is that immigrants or anyone from any part of the world can apply for the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program by following the following procedures. The first thing you need to do is assess yourself if you met both federal IRCC eligibility requirements and the community eligibility requirements. If you do, you are required to get a job with an eligible employer of labor in the enlisted community participating in the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program. After getting a job from a participating community, submit your Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program application to the community of your employment. Once your application is successful, you will be recommended by the community for your employment. What next, you may ask? You are to apply for permanent residence. What are the eligibility requirements for the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program? The Immigration, Refugee, and Citizenship Canada, IRCC, eligibility requirement is a must-pass for you to be eligible for the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program. Federal requirements for RNIP: language level, education, work experience, settlement fund, employment or job offer from RNIP communities, meet community-specific requirements, intention to live in the community. Work experience requirements for Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program. To qualify for the RNIP program, you are required to have at least 1 year of work experience in the last 3 years. The work experience hours can be calculated either in part-time or full-time jobs. The hours must be in one profession or occupation, and not necessarily one employer. It is important you are aware that work experience only counts for essential duties. It does not count during internship or hours of being self-employed. Meanwhile, if you are an international student, you are exempted from the initially stated requirements if you are studying for a master's degree as a full-time student, or have lived at least 16 or 24 months within the community while studying. Also, if you have a post-secondary school credential for a program of at least 2 years or more. Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program Language Level. The language proficiency test is compulsory for all candidates. Canada has 2 official languages, English and French. The language proficiency test is a necessity to qualify for the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program. You are required to pass the Canadian Language Benchmark, CLB. Based on the National Occupational Classification, NOC, category, it is valid for 2 years. The minimum requirements for each of the NOC categories are NOC 0 and A, CLB/NCLC 6, NOC B, CLB/NCLC 5, NOC C and D, CLB/NCLC 4. Before we discuss the settlement fund requirement, have you subscribed to my channel? If not, kindly click on the subscribe button below, and the notification icon, to get notified anytime I upload a video like this. If you are yet to settle in Canada, you are required to show financial proof of your ability to financially cater for yourself and be dependent upon arrival in Canada. The settlement fund for a single person is 12,960 Canadian dollars, while for 2 persons, it is 16,135 Canadian dollars. For every additional person, $3,492 is added. Education requirement for Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program. The following academic qualification is required for the RNIP. Canadian High School Diploma. A post-secondary school Canadian certificate or degree or diploma. Credential assessment that proves you have the equivalent foreign educational qualification to a degree, diploma, or certificate in a Canadian institution. Proof of job offer from one participating community. One of the criteria to qualify for permanent residence through RNIP is a valid job offer from a firm or an employer from the participating community. The following requirements must be met by the job offered. It must meet the requirement of NOC minimum wage of skill type job. It must be the NOC skill level job. Your experience must be equivalent to the experience required for the position. It must not be a part-time or seasonal job. It must be full-time. It is compulsory to live in the community of employment. Finally, every community has its job requirements. The basic job requirements from all participating communities are a minimum of 30 hours of work input per week. The job must be full-time and you must live in the company of your employment. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on the notification bell to always stay notified. Thanks for watching.